Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in to this episode of World of Tanks. We have Tears from Clan Yujo, and we're going to talk about things good players know. Things good players know. That's what we're going to talk about, a master's class in things good players know. What do good players know? Good players know that whatever the tier they're in, they have to get their gun active in order to win more games. Will it win every game? No. Will it win more games than being passive? Yes, 100%. So Tears is going to move straight into the city. He's bottom tier. It's only a 2-tier battle, so not down too bad. Good players know when they look at a lineup like this that they can basically handle, in this case, everything that he's facing. He's not really going to run into a big bad in the city that he can't deal with, especially with this tank. This is the 3001P. I happen to like this tank quite a bit. Some of these 3000 series tanks are going to change a little bit coming up when they move around the tech tree. I don't know if this is one of the ones or not, but it may be. Good players know where the good positions are on the maps. They know that they need to get in those good positions. Good players take advantage of stupid moves like this HT6. Out in the open, getting absolutely gunned down. I don't know what he's doing. Probably their best tank, and he goes around the corner and loses most of his hit points. Good players know how to use positions like this that have multiple avenues of fire. Good players know how to pay attention to the minimap and notice that something's going on behind them that needs to be dealt with or provides an opportunity. Good players know not to look at the guy that's over here closer, but to take on the guy that they can shoot that provides less exposure. Good players know that when casemate TDs try to make a run, they're not looking at them, their gun can't come online, and they can get a free shot right in there. Good players know when it's probably okay to just leave a guy on low hit points back there and not worry about him, knowing that they can come around this way. Down goes that dude to the camper in the back. Good players look at the lineup, they look at the lit tanks, they decide whether or not they can make a move, and they make a move without any hesitation. Comes across here and surprises this poor guy. Oh Lord, he's coming. Boom. Good players press advantages and they kill guys before they have an opportunity to come back into the fight. Good players will trade a little bit of hit points for taking guys out without being completely silly. And good players will follow up in an aggressive manner when they're winning and continue to press the advantage. They'll prioritize the guys they see, the guys that they have an opportunity to go after. The Cromwell is a dangerous opponent. It would be very good to get rid of this guy. Good players, when they use their approaches, will be careful about how they do it. You'll notice that Tears has come down low. He hasn't gone zipping up and over this hill. There are many TDs unaccounted for, and that ridge line is one place that they can be. So he minimizes his exposure by coming around this way. Good players use bushes and cover wherever they can find it. Not required now because he sees the Jackson. Good players can wave off of a situation that looks like it's under control and make that assessment, that risk management that, okay, probably this Jackson will take care of this guy. I should not have to worry about it. But they will obviously watch as it's going, in this case, turning his camera around and making sure that what he thought was going to happen back there actually happens. Good players will notice that a guy died that they just left behind, and they don't have to worry about him anymore. The only complaint I've had so far on this particular replay is I would have prioritized that E25 immediately and ignored the artillery. But sometimes when you are watching this at 1G, you see it before they did. So pretty quickly after that, he went after that guy. Good players will take shots and move to cover. He was exposed up on the hill. He came up and over. It fires and immediately comes down into the cover, and you'll watch him use the undulations in the terrain as much as possible right here. Takes a shot. Good players will ignore things like that are a problem because they know they're going to get a kill or take down someone else who's a near dead, but in their head, the next move is to immediately deal with that problem that just showed up. The problem was a Super Hellcat on his side. He put his front armor to it, and he can't sit out in the open, so he knows that what he needs to do is move into this cover. He can't know where they all are. He has a good idea that the Super Hellcat is over here. The E25 was last known seeing this way. last seen going this way. He hasn't seen the artillery up in this corner, so more than likely it's here, and you can bet probably the IKV is also in that corner, maybe potentially in that corner. Good players will take the situation at hand, and they'll use the cover that's provided, and the best case here for Tiers is to tuck up behind this building. You have not seen him stop moving. You have not seen him stop reacting. You have not seen him stop trying to create shots. Even though he's relatively low hit points, he comes out there. That guy's lit. He takes a shot. That was a good way to go. Going forward around the corner would have been bad. Going backwards around the corner shields him from most of the shots that they may have had hiding out in the pond over here or on the backside, which is where they most likely are. The Jackson pushes through, proves that more than likely the E25 is not back over there. The IKV was found. There's the E25. And this slippery little guy somehow survives. He's still at 100 hit points. It becomes a big problem. Good players will push an advantage. Saw that guy pushes up here. Good players will use whatever terrain is available. There's a bush. He's going to use that. There's a bit of a undulating terrain right there. He'll use that. Gets an unlucky bounce off of that guy's armor. Backs down to where he minimizes the exposure to the E25. Takes one hit from him. And then backs in to where he's in cover. Down goes the artillery. Looking for a shot on the Super Hellcat. Puts his turret towards the E25 to try to provide the best armor profile he can. E25 gets a shot, goes ahead and lines up his turret and gun directly in the direction that that shot's coming from. Bounces one, bounces two, lets his team move in and take that guy out. Takes a shot. Good players will always take that last Hail Mary. He does a little auto aim, just takes a stab at it. Didn't get it this time. Lots of times you do. That adds up over time as well. One thing I didn't mention is good players will allow their team to catch up and not get completely overextended. While he was hiding behind that building there, you watched as the KV-3 and others followed him into the fray and added a few more targets for the enemy to shoot at, because the more the merrier. When that is occurring, maybe the enemy won't shoot at you if there's 5 or 6 choices. There is a bit of protection in numbers right there. Fantastic Tiers, really nicely done. 3001P, I like that tank quite a bit. Like I said, I don't remember what's happening to it on the rearrangement with the tech tree. In any event, if you have it, you'll keep it, or it'll be a special vehicle, or maybe it's still in the tech tree, I don't know. But for now, I like it. It's a great tank. I think it's carrying a little short 88, is that right? It sure is. And that is a great gun at Tier 6. You're dropping 240 alpha, I do believe. 220, all right, so it's 20 alpha off the standard 240 for an 8.8, but it is the short 8.8. Thanks for sending that in. I thought that was a great lesson. I hope you guys learned something from that, because that is how this game is played. I will say one thing, to some extent, because it was mid-tier, he got away with a little bit more aggression than you might be able to get away with at Tier 10. But the general idea of I'm always moving from shot to shot and position to position, provided I can, and I have a plan, and I have a plan after that plan at all times, you can see that clearly in this replay. So thanks, man. That's all I've got for today. Make sure you throw me a subscribe. If you like what you saw, that's... How many times am I going to say that's all I've got? I don't know. If you want to help me out, check it out down in the description. Lots of ways to do so. That's all I've got, and we will see you.